Yo, 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 what is good? YouTube, Bumma Clyde, YouTube fam, YouTube familiar. This is your boy, Ross Mindset, aka Damien. I kind of said that in reverse, but it don't really matter. Back at it again with another indoorsy kind of video, what I like to call it, to where, not really showing my face. Gonna be kind of a back and forth thing, especially living out in the state of Washington in the winter time. It's raining outside. I like to do outdoor videos, especially like right after work, cause I'd be like conjuring up ideas while on the grind. But you just have to try new things and adapt and just keep going with it. So yeah, back at it again. Wanted to talk about some something deep, man. Some psychology today, man. Uh, Integrating with your shadow. And before I get into it, I just want to talk about a philosophy that I've been getting into lately. The whole yin and yang philosophy. Something that's I've been implementing into my life, and that I feel permeates throughout most things throughout the entire world and universe. Because without you can have something and you can also be without it. You know, there's always like two sides to something, and it's usually the same thing. And when you really take a step back and try to apply that, to let's say politics, it really makes sense. Like Democrat and Republican. I mean, they're basically two birds on the same, or not two birds, two wings on the same bird. If you really think about it, and not even only just that, just anything that seems different, but it's the same. Like even human beings, like black and white, basically the same. Even though we look different, we have different nose shapes and hairstyles or hair textures and whatnot. We're all still human, and if people would start understanding this, then I feel like we can really move forward as humanity in general. But that's not really the topic of this video. That's probably going to be a topic for another video. But yeah, integrating with your shadow, the yang can be considered your dark side, or what's been repressed inside of you, and the yin is like what your conscious is, what you're aware of. But I feel as if you could take a bit of what's been repressed, or like your darker self, and use it in a productive way. Like for example, in like some animes, some characters have a spirit, or like a demon. Like for example, Naruto. Everybody knows what Naruto is. Like Naruto taps into the Night-Tailed Fox. But at first, when he tried to do it, it took over, and he couldn't control himself. And that's what I'm trying to get at is, especially like for me, there's like parts of me such as like aggression and like kind of like thugness that's within me, that sometimes it can get out of control to the point to where I could probably maybe hurt someone or something. So if I integrate it with my shadow and use that productively and tame it, kind of like Naruto, like what he did. Well, no spoilers or anything. Um, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, kind of what Naruto did. Then you can use it. You could really find yourself and be at your fullest potential. Because yeah, like I said, if you just let it take over you, it can be really detrimental. And that's where the whole concept of yin and yang comes in, because it's just really about balance. But in this case, you're kind of just taking a bit of what's been repressed and using it towards good, using it to really move forward in life. Like I said, like aggression, for example. Like I feel like within, I can be a very aggressive person, but I repress it. Like of course you have to repress it, but if you use that aggression, let's say to like work out or to do a sport, or like martial arts or playing music or something, you could it could be really productive and really really elevate you. Well, not elevate you, but help you to achieve whatever task you need to achieve. And yeah, I feel like this is within most people, within everybody, really. Everybody I feel is not definitely not perfect, and everybody has something that they try to suppress within, but there's really a time and place in everything for like most things. And this is why personally for me, I like to do creative things. I like to, for example, this YouTube channel is kind of a way of integrating with my own shadow because it's expressing myself and kind of just blowing off steam throughout the day. And not only just music, jotting down. Like I like to write in my journal about ideas and stuff, and that's also another great way to really tap into your quote unquote darker side. Um, like I said, I like to do music, man, and honestly, a big thing I want to do with music is combining things that seem different or or opposing and combine it into one, like rap. Like I love rap. I grew up on rap and hip hop and whatnot. But throughout my teenage years, I got more into rock and metal and punk, and I kind of repressed the whole rap for a long time until like, I mean, it came like the rap thing came out every once in a while. Like there were bands I discovered like Rage Against the Machine that really, it was just like it clicked instantly once I heard it because they combined the styles together, and it was just like, man, this sound like this. It's definitely why it's one of my favorite bands. It's not even just because of the uh, instrumentals, and the lyrical content. I mean, that's just a part of it, but it's really because of how they mix the styles really well together. I don't think any other band, to my knowledge, well, there's lots of bands I've tried to, and yeah, they've done it okay. They've done it pretty well, but I don't know if there's any other band out there that's done it as well as Rage Against the Machine. But I can name so many other bands that've also done it. But that's probably a topic for a different video. But I feel as if even if I have these two sides, I mean, I consider the rap side the black side, quote unquote, and the metal rock side the quote unquote white side, but it all is in a circle, like yin and yang. And that's why I use other genres like reggae and soul and jazz to be kind of the one that brings them both together, that's kind of encircling both of them. Like it is the circle, and those two are like within that circle. Does that like does that make any sense really? Because when you really look at me, like I don't even look, well, I do look, I could look like either or, but I look more like a Rasta man than anything. But within has both sides. And I guess you can consider the shadow the urban kind of ghetto thug part, and the yin is the kind of rocker part, because you definitely see all the sides depending on the situation and like who I'm interacting with and what's going on and what I need to tap into. And usually, and to be real with y'all, there has definitely been times to where I've had to like tap into that to like really defend myself, you know, especially in like intense situations. But I'll just leave it at that, you know. So that it's just I feel as if I definitely I definitely need to work on it though, because sometimes it can get a bit too out of control to where like who knows what's gonna happen. But if you use it the right way, in the more diplomatic way, and try to be calm while doing it, while also being aggressive and calm, you know, in a like a kind of a diplomatic way. Unless like you really, really, really like it's you're backed into a wall and it's your last resort. That's really the best way to really go about it. Is to really use it as like, you know, some last resort. Just like the animes and like video games and movies. Not to like sound too fictitious, but it's just a good example. But yeah, that's all I really got, y'all. Uh, like, comment, subscribe, follow your boy on Instagram, Ross_mindset. And until next time, peace.